Right. So today we're going deep on a topic that can feel like a logistical puzzle. A&D, an emotional roller coaster, daycare.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to make this whole work-life family thing work, and then you add in this tiny human who relies on you for like everything, and it's
Right.
like no pressure.
Sympathetic laugh. I know.
So we're going right to the source of like raw, honest parenting conversations. Reddit,
Oh, yeah. Good
where
place.
a mom's post about her daycare anxieties like totally blew up.
Interesting.
We're going to unpack those fears and then bring in some expert knowledge from Childcare.Center to see,
Yeah,
what does research say? What does experience say about making this whole daycare thing work?
for sure.
Okay, so this Reddit thread we're talking about, it's like listening in on all those anxieties that I think so many parents have about daycare,
Totally.
but don't always like say out loud.
Yeah, you just kind of push them down.
Exactly. So the original poster, she's getting ready to send her 10-month-old to daycare, and it's a decision that's mostly driven by finances, like they need her income.
Right.
But oh my gosh, the guilt is so real for her.
And that totally comes through in the post. You can just tell, right?
Yeah, and the response, it's like the internet just like brought a giant hug.
I love that, the internet hug.
They did. Lots of support and shared experiences.
Yeah, and I think what's so interesting is it highlights this tension so many parents feel,
Okay, tell me more about this tension.
like balancing, right?
Mm.
You have this real need to provide financially for your family,
Mm-hmm.
but then you also have this like deep desire to be emotionally present for your kid, for sure.
It's a tough one.
It is. It's a real struggle.
And it sounds like moms especially are feeling this, right? Like based on the Reddit thread.
Absolutely. We see a lot of guilt specifically from mothers. Yeah.
Okay, why is that?
Well, there's this societal expectation, which honestly, a lot of women internalize it too, that if you're not the primary caregiver, if you're choosing daycare, you're somehow like failing as a mom.
Ugh, that's just
Okay. And that is a narrative that we 100% need to challenge.
I'm here for it. Especially if like the research shows that daycare is not going to ruin your kid, right?
Exactly. So when we talk about secure attachment, that like deep trusting bond between a child and their caregiver, it's way more about the quality of that relationship than where the care is happening.
Wait, okay, back up for a sec. Secure attachment, remind me what that is again. I feel like that's Psych 101.
Yeah, no, you're good.
But like, why is that so important?
It is basically the foundation for a child's emotional intelligence.
Okay.
Kids who have that strong base, that secure attachment, they're better at managing their emotions. They form healthier relationships as they grow up. They can deal with stress better later in life.
Wow. So it's not just about like, are they a clingy kid or not?
It's way bigger than that.
It has a lasting impact.
Exactly. It's long term. And the research is super clear on this.
Okay, I'm listening.
The biggest factor in building that secure attachment, even more than whether they're in daycare or not, is having a happy and supported parent.
Really?
Yeah. Like you don't have to be with them 24/7. It's more about, are you making those hours that you do have count?
Okay, so that makes sense in theory, but I'm not gonna lie, like after a long day sometimes, quality time just means we all survive till bedtime.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So what does that actually look like in real life?
Well, the good news is that even like small changes can make a difference.
Okay. I like the sound of that already.
So Childcare.Center, they talk a lot about focused attention,
Yeah.
like just giving your kid your full attention.
Okay.
Did you know that even short bursts of dedicated playtime can actually do more for a kid's language development than like hours of having the TV on in the background?
Wow, seriously.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's not about like these big elaborate outings every day. It's about being present in those little moments. Can
exactly.
you do that?
Put the phone away, close the laptop, whatever you got to do to be present.
Okay. I'm feeling very seen right now, but also less guilty about this whole daycare thing. You know what else struck me about that Reddit thread?
What's that?
There were actually some really positive daycare stories in there.
Oh, for sure.
Like it wasn't all just anxiety and guilt.
Yeah, one commenter said that daycare was like the best thing ever for their kid.
Really?
They said their little one started at like 5 months old
Mm-hmm.
and just like totally blossomed, made all these friends.
That was so sweet.
I know, right? And it made me think about that other comment about daycare being like building a village around your kid.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Isn't that a great way to think about it?
It is.
And actually, Childcare.Center talks about that too.
They do.
Yeah, they cite research that shows that kids who have strong friendships in daycare, they tend to have better social skills overall.
That makes sense.
Right, like it's its own little world where they can learn and grow and,
Find their people.
exactly.
So, okay, I'm convinced. Like, daycare can be a good thing.
Yes,
But how do you actually go about finding the right daycare?
that's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah. It feels like as hard as buying a house.
Oh.
Well, do you have any advice for, like, narrowing it down?
Childcare.center has some good stuff on this, actually.
Not get laid on me.
So, first and foremost, trust your gut.
Really?
Yeah, you know your kid best,
True.
but like practically speaking, when you're visiting different daycares, really pay attention to the vibe, you know?
Yeah.
Do the kids seem happy?
Okay.
Are the caregivers like warm and responsive?
Those are good things to look for.
Right. It's not just about like, is this place clean and safe? It's also about, is there joy here, you know?
Genuinely.
Does it feel right?
So you found a daycare you love, you feel good about it, but then comes drop off. And like the tears, inevitably.
Those first few days are rough.
I'm already getting teary just thinking about it.
I feel you, but honestly, those big feelings are totally normal.
Or both of us.
Yes. And Childcare.center actually has some good tips for making that transition a little smoother.
Okay, tell me everything.
One thing that can help is a gradual introduction.
Okay, so like what? Start with a half day and work up to longer?
Exactly. Ease them in.
Makes sense.
Another thing is to send them with something familiar from home.
Oh, like their favorite blanket or something.
Exactly. Those little comforts can make a big difference.
Yeah, like a little security blanket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Childcare.center also talks about the importance of consistency.
Okay. How
So having consistent routines, both at home and at daycare.
Got it. And you know what else? I feel like those drop-offs, they don't magically get easier,
No.
but you kind of get better at handling it, right? Like as a parent.
Totally. It's a learning curve, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's okay if you still feel a little sad.
Oh, yeah.
But the key is to project confidence, be positive, you know.
Fake it till you make it.
Kind of. Your kid picks up on your energy.
I feel like that's like telling your dog, I'm going to the store, be right back. Even though they have no concept of time or grocery stores.
100%.
It's all about that reassuring energy. Exactly. So as we wrap up our deep dive here, what's your biggest takeaway from all of this?
Honestly, I think for me, it's just that permission slip to let go of the mom guilt.
Oh, yeah.
Like choosing daycare doesn't make me a bad mom.
No, not at all. It's actually,
It's about making the best choice for our family.
Exactly. And building a support system for your child and,
Recognizing that my needs matter too.
Exactly. You deserve support too.
It's not like an either thing. It can be both.
100%.
And hey, maybe I'll actually get to drink a hot cup of coffee once in a while.
There you go.
Small victories.
Right. But seriously, to all the parents out there who are navigating this, you're not alone.
Yeah.
Trust your instincts, do your research, and just, give yourself some grace.
Yeah. We all need a little grace.
You got this.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And to all our listeners out there, if today's deep dive brought up some stuff for you, share your thoughts. Let us know because
Well,
we're all in this together.
We are.
Thanks for listening, everybody.